Hello and welcome to Ultimate Motorsport 1963 Round 3 after sad news of Ernesto Matsakevich passing away. We're here at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. And let's get qualifying underway. Francesco Longo, the HPR reserve driver, has replaced Matsakevich for the rest of the season as one of their main drivers. Here we go, drivers. Sorry, got some notifications. Drivers about to complete their first lap. And it is Louis Hassan on pole position, on provisional pole here. Solomon Rogers in third. Great performance from them. For Lowski Autosport, they're looking good. They've not really impressed in the previous two rounds. They've been just about the points, but now they are first and third. James Lavoie provisionally second, Valentin Pontus fifth, and James Lavoie Tetzel on provisional pole with a sub-35 lap time. Scuderia Glitterati have been off to a great start so far. Meanwhile, Lowski have not actually scored any points yet, but they are still second and third in qualifying. So it's looking good for them at Zandvoort, and it's looking good for Glitterati. We've got Jacob Johnson of HPR and fourth, Francesco Longo down in 10th at the current moment for qualifying. And here we go across final lap, and will it be James Lavoie? It will be James Lavoie on pole position for the first time this season. Then Louis Hassan, Solomon Rogers, great Lowski qualifying. Then from fourth starting is Jacob Johnson, then it's Pontes, Petit, Longo starts from 7th, Jackson from 8th only, Bertrand from 9th, and I think that was Granados from 10th. Yes, it is. Anyways, here we go for the race. James Lavoie starts on the hard tyres, but it's a quick start for him. Solomon Rogers in front of Louis Hassan. Jacob Johnson also trying to squeeze through there. And on the hairpin, he has a better exit. Louis Hassan took too much grass, but they're still side by side here for third. And there we go. Great double overtake by Jacob Johnson. Louis Hassan with a counter. Oh, takes too much grass. Johnson off to a good start on those soft tires. Tries to squeeze past Lavoie. Gets forced onto the gravel. Now tries round the outside of Lavoie. He's got the traction. Hassan on the other side. And Johnson leads the first lap with the fastest lap as well. Lavoie has dropped down to third. Jackson is a great start from Jackson and Longo. They're fourth and fifth. Longo has to steer away to not cause a collision there, and he does drop some time as a result. Forced into the grass by Lavoie as well. Lavoie fighting. He's already fallen down to fifth. So he's fighting to regain positions here. Hards may have been a mistake from Lavoie. It's currently Louis Hassan in the lead of the race. Jacob Johnson and Stephen Jackson fighting for second, but here's Longo on the inside of Lavoie, gets that position. Jacob Johnson's down to third. Fastest lap of the race right now is Stephen Jackson with 34.55. We're going to have some rain, light rain coming in. This will be very important for the strategy. This is not great news for Lavoie, who's down in 6th. And now he doesn't get to reap any benefits from starting on hards. He's just dropped down 6 positions. Stephen Jackson, definitely the greatest winner out of this situation. He started around an 8th, I believe, and he's up to 2nd. He's up to fight for the race when Theo Petit has caught up to the top 3 as well. And it's going to be heavy rain. That is bad news for Louis Hassan, who's already pitted on the inters. He will be struggling comparison to those drivers in the wets, but right now when the track is still dry, Louis Hassan should have the advantage. Doesn't look like it. Jacob Johnson easily passed him. Theo Petit on the inside gets past him as well. Stephen Jackson in the lead as of right now. Lavoie is back up to 5th. Longo has dropped down to 8th. We got Solomon Rogers 6th. Samuel Bertrand in 7th. Louis Hassan, Theo Petit both overtake Jacob Johnson on either side of him, but Steven Jackson is just running in 1st without a care in the world. He's doing good for himself. Theo Petit up to 2nd now. Louis Hassan doesn't look to be struggling too much, and the Inter's Lowski Autosport, I believe, is the best car on the grid. According to the car attractiveness rating, we got Luis Ruiz in 10th. Francesco Longo's dropped down to 9th. Not really good in wet weather conditions. Jacob Johnson also dropping down now. I believe we've seen this last time as well. The HPR is just very bad in rainy conditions. Not much of note. Petit down to 3rd with Hassan up in 2nd. Both looking to chase down Jackson. Lavoie is catching back up to the pack. He's on the back of Jacob Johnson. Sun coming soon, so the track will start to dry out. Louis Hassan for the lead of the race. He overtakes, and the Inters might have been the right choice after all. He's up into 1st. Francesco Longo retakes back 8th. He's in a final points position, fighting Samuel Bertrand and Timofey Ospov. Valentin Pontes, not a great race for him so far, stuck down in 11th. James Lavoie, the only Scuderia Glitterati, fighting for points here today. James Lavoie is up into 3rd, up the back of Louis Hassan, and he's through into 2nd with his best time of the race so far at 35.55. Well, Pontes is back into the points actually. Francesco Longo drops behind, so does Osipov. Valentin Pontes beats Bertrand, and he's up into 8th. Theo Petit running in 3rd right now. He's got Louis Hassan behind him. He's got Jacob Johnson behind him. James Lavoie on the back of Steven Jackson. Looks to squeeze through the inside, manages it. James Lavoie into the lead of the race. None of them pitting for dry tyres as of yet. Sticking out at extra lap. Will that be the same for the ones further down the field? No, it will not. Valentin Pontes, first one in. So is Samuel Bertrand. So is Longo. So is Luis Ruiz. Jules Clays, Aiden Badar, Alex Gauffier. All of them pitting for dry tyres, but Valentin Pontes was the first one. He's gone to the softs. Bertrand only on hards. Longo on softs. Now Pontes looks to try and catch up to Osipov, and he is catching him extremely quickly here. Jackson, Lavoie, and Petit are all into the pits now. Lavoie goes for the hard tires. Will he keep those until the end? Louis Hassan also the hards. Petit, Johnson, Jackson all on those soft tires. Osipov into the pits. Pontes up to 8th position, up to 7th as Granado's also yet to exit. Great drive from Pontes. Lavoie in 2nd, he's behind Jackson again, he's on worse tyres, and Petit behind him on the softs will be looking to take that 2nd position as soon as he can. Petit's up the back of him on the straight, and there he goes, Theo Petit through into 2nd position. Lavoie doesn't have the speed to get a counter on. Johnson ahead of Louis Hassan now for 4th position. Here's Longo, he's currently in 10th, Samuel Bertrand in 9th, ahead of him, Jules Clays in 11th. Behind them, they're all outside of the points here. Bertrand, 3 seconds behind Mario Granados, so it's looking real bad for them to be able to get back to those points, but they've still got 8 laps Longo cannot catch up to the hard-running Bertrand, however. It's not good news for him. Theo Petit in second. James Lavoie with a comeback here. He's looking back at it. Look at the speed of that Glitterati on those hard tires. Has to steer out wide, but he's still behind Theo here. Theo just really struggling for pace on the softs right now. Jules Clays overtakes Francesco Longo for 10th position. Longo will be retiring at the end of the season. It looks like he's already offered all that he has left. Johnson has closed down the gap from 3 seconds to 1.5, or under 2 at least, while Lavoie and Petit struggle, and Lavoie through the inside once again, and he overtakes Petit, but they keep on at the same speed. Longo now has gotten up to 9th. Theo Petit touches some grass, loses some ground to Lavoie. Johnson 2 seconds behind. Jackson has run away now, 3 seconds in the lead. It's 2.5 now. Lavoie is really feeling the pace on those hards right now, and maybe he will be able to deliver a victory for Glitterati out of nowhere. Jackson is into the pits for another set of softs. So is Theo Petit. Jacob Johnson stays out on those softs. Lavoie, of course, stays out on those hard tires. Jackson exits out in second. Johnson in third. Petit is down in fifth. Valentin Pontes also pits. Granados overtakes him, and this is bad news for those who have pitted. Heavy rain coming in. Francesco Longo is the first one into the pits for the wet tires. And this is great news for Jacob Johnson, has managed to make it up to second, just staying out on those soft tires. Even better news for Lavoie, who's 3 seconds ahead, as everyone now has to pit for the wet weather tires. 4 laps to go. Got Lavoie in the lead by 2 seconds. Then it is Johnson, followed by Jackson. Hassan and Petit down to 5th, unluckily for him. The back of the points are now all pitting. And Longo's promoted up into 10th, but only into 10th. He's 3 seconds behind Jules Clays, who is about 1 second behind Pontes, currently occupying the final points position. Jackson on the outside of Johnson, and he makes the move stick for 2nd place. Petit overtakes Louis Hassan for 4th as well. Jackson's flying high. He really wants to catch Lavoie here, get the victory. He was really running in the lead there. Doesn't want it to be a 3rd victory in a row for James Lavoie. He's only managed 4th and 6th so far in the previous 2 races. He wants something more this time around. Theo Petit, will this be the first race where he doesn't finish on the podium this season? Or will he be able to catch Jacob Johnson? He's under a second from him. Steven Jackson under half a second from James Lavoie. In the dying embers of the race now, Steven Jackson is only closing further and further down on Lavoie here. Petit also on Johnson. But here's Jackson right behind Mario Granados with a failure, looks like. And Francesco Longo with a failure in his debut race this season. William Davies with a failure. And last one with a failure will be Jose Ramos. He's already running in 19. But what has happened? Steven Jackson has overtaken James Lavoie for 1st place. Can Lavoie pit on a counter? Both of them slowed down by William Davies. Johnson is still holding on ahead of Theo Petit. Sorry about forgetting about the failures, but got them on time. Lavoie is back into the lead of the race ahead of Jackson. Jackson's losing ground to him. As we get into the final lap of the race, surely this is it. Lavoie with the victory here. Jackson is just getting left behind in the dust. And that solidifies it here. Petit very close to Johnson. It'll be James Lavoie for his third victory in a row. Stephen Jackson for his first podium, and same for Jacob Johnson. Petit off in fourth. Hassan finishes in fifth position. Solomon Rogers was first points of the season in sixth. Louis Hassan was also his first points. Great stuff from them. Valentin Pontes finishes seventh, and Jules Claes with the final points position for Cooper EDB. There you have it. That was the Dutch Grand Prix. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you for round 4. I don't remember where round 4 is meant to take place, but we will see a great race here today.